Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, hey, hey.
It's your girl, Lindsay Does It.
And it's Hazel Joy.
And this is the
Millennials Podcast.
Yo, welcome to another episode.
Yes, and we have an epic show. We are so excited to have our favorite fellow Track Life host, the meticulously multi-talented Mark W. in the building.
She didn't even stutter.
Hey, that was flawless, right?
No, it was close. It was close.
Almost.
See, everybody always does the multi-talented. You can say it faster. You can say multi-talented.
Oh, multi-talented. Oh, there you go. See?
What's going on? It's your man, meticulously multi-talented Mark W. coming at you one more time. Yet again, how are
you?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. See.
Great.
Welcome.
That reminds me. I know you guys got your intro and all that, but that reminds me when we did the when we were fresh out from COVID, and we were at the was it Songbird?
Yeah.
Is it called the Songbird?
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
Chinatown.
And I came up and I said my slogan, and everybody finished it. I said, "Oh, this made me feel so famous." I haven't saved it in my phone. Like it's
nice.
not going anywhere.
You got to post it. I want to see that.
I've posted it as a story. I haven't posted it as like a full-on reel.
It'll be a good flashback.
It would be. It definitely would be.
Well, welcome to the show. We
Thank
finally
you for
got you
having me.
here.
Yeah, I'm saying.
It's in Indian style.
Oh my goodness! Look,
On the floor.
If you come to this show and you got bad hips like me, just be prepared to be uncomfortable for as long as they want to talk to you. It's worth it, but just make sure you ready to be uncomfortable because my hips have probably got 10 minutes on them.
I was going to say, we've been sitting down for about 10 minutes, so all right, we got another 10 to wrap this up. All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Go. Next
We're
question.
all millennials here. So the reason why we have you here is to talk about your newest venture, which is AA, Artistry Ascending.
Yes, indeed. The AA meeting.
On Track Life.
Tracklife.com. Go ahead and subscribe, follow, and do all that goodness. Yeah, so Artistry Ascending is a joint brain baby between that guy, Darius. I'm going to say that name because we have many Discord conversations, and he wants to make sure his branding is correct. Irv, myself, and I believe Mac chimes in from time to time and lets us know what we can and can't do in the studio. But yeah, it's a show geared to educate and further along artists' careers, help them out and see things from a different perspective, and overall just have a conversation about the stuff that most artists don't really talk about. We have those conversations behind closed doors about how frustrating it is to get your song out and get heard, going through the motions of having a performance, talking to the right people, marketing. All those conversations are being had behind closed doors. A lot of them are happening on other people's platforms, but I don't think they're spoken in large by the artists that are actually going through the motions. So that's what Artistry Ascending is mostly geared towards, is helping out our fellow artists and giving them a leg up, let them know they're not alone.
I love that.
Yeah. I was going to say the exact same thing.
I love that. And yeah, I don't know that there's any other podcast like yours. So I think that's awesome. And I will tell you that I binged it. I binged it all.
Oh, that's awesome. Was it bingeable?
It was
Yes,
absolutely,
absolutely.
positively bingeable. I barely picked up my phone while I was watching the podcast, and that says a lot about me. If I'm picking up my phone, I'm distracted, and that happens easily. But definitely going through. I think right now you only have 5 episodes out.
5, yeah. I think we have one coming out soon. It's the second conversation. So the last one we just put up was with me and St. James, and we spoke on camera for maybe an hour. We only were able to put up about the first one, about 30 minutes of it. And then we recorded a second time, but my microphone was not recording the entire time. Something happened. There was a malfunction. So we ended up talking again, and that went on for like 40 minutes.
Wow.
And then we had, because Irv always likes to get the Don. I'm calling him the Don.
The Don.
Irv the Don. He wants to get these like viral moments or real conversations. So we ended up talking for another 15 to 20 minutes just about the competitive nature of hip hop. So that's anytime we have, that was a long one. So the second part of that conversation is coming out soon. So that's going to be dope.
I cannot wait.
It's a 2-part.
It's a 2-parter.
Okay.
I just spoiled it, didn't I?
You did. I'm like, oh, I'm excited because we loved that interview for sure. But one thing that I really, really love about your show is although it is geared mostly towards like artists and musicians and in general in the music industry, I love how you can take away your gems and apply it to life, really, to anything.
Absolutely.
So I think that's so beautiful, and it's so refreshing, like to hear the things that you say and telling people how it is and from your experience.
Right.
And hey, like, what's your experience? Like, you're opening the conversation up, which again, I think is just really refreshing and genius, I must say.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, some of that genius, as far as me adding my experience, has to go to Darius, because off camera he'll like, no, talk about, because we'll have a lot of the conversation off camera, or just as we're filming, he'll, like, he sits over here and he'll tell me something like, oh yeah, remember that piece with, and he'll remind me of something we said in our conversation. He said, no, you should put that in. Like, I don't like, because quiet as it's kept, I actually don't like talking about myself too much. I really don't. It's uncomfortable for me. No, it's fine in this situation because I saw it coming. But when I have to like specifically talk about the things I've gone through and being welcoming to flowers, and somebody said, oh, you went through that, that's awesome. I don't, it's uncomfortable.
Isn't that a beautiful thing? There's so much growth in the uncomfortableness that we have to put ourselves in those situations.
Yeah.
And like, it's a lot of good reflection for you. And then you're like, you know, maybe I didn't even think of that. So, you know, shout out to the team, Darius, you guys are really
Absolutely.
killing it, man. Like,
Yeah.
like, it's really bingeable. Like she said, I also binged it. I actually went
That's
backwards
dope.
though. So I still haven't gotten to the first episode, but I'm going to finish it.
The first
But,
episode,
yeah. It's more like introduction.
Well, you're thinking of episode 0.
Oh, I
That's
saw
that's-
episode
Yeah,
0.
that's
Okay,
literally the
okay.
introduction. But the first episode, so I made it real easy for myself because I love performing and I love talking about performances. In fact, one of my secondary Instagram page, the Most Meticulous, gratuitous plug, but the Most Meticulous is where I directly talk to MCs specifically about performing, because that's the part of this artistry that I really do enjoy, being able to connect with people directly, saying a line and seeing it hit them, and then that actually tells me how to write my next song. But the first episode, I made it easy, gave myself an alley-oop and said, let's just talk about performing, and I can talk on for hours about that. So I made it real easy. That one's going to be a good one. I like that episode a lot. That one's near and dear to my heart, yeah.
I caught
like
the
that
social media clips for that one for sure.
You said you what?
I caught the social media
Oh,
clips
yeah.
for that one for sure.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. You know, that's what they're there for.
Exactly.
That's what pulls people in.
I really love that you do incorporate, you know, yourself and your experiences in it, because as a listener or a viewer, especially those that probably aren't familiar with your background and your career, it gives a lot of like gravity to the information that you're putting out, because it's like, oh, he lived it. He's just not like reading from a textbook and
Right.
teaching me something that he doesn't know anything about firsthand. So I really love that. And actually, for those viewers that that aren't familiar with Mark W., how long have you been recording as an artist and performing?
That's a good question. So I've been recording longer than I've been performing, but they're not too far off. So I've been recording since I was 17. So officially 21 years. For those who can't do math that quickly, I'm 38. So and then I've been performing since I was 19. So 19 years. So it's it's been a long journey in this thing. And I oftentimes, and I guess the reason I don't like talking about my particular trials through it is because I don't feel like I've gotten to a place where I can be anybody's authority. But I do know some things that could help the next person out that I had to go through. So in that sense, I feel like the big homie just kind of telling somebody, hey, watch out for this. Think twice before you do that. But as far as like an authority, I'll take it if that's what they want to say, but you'll never hear me calling myself the authority. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't come off as someone that's like, you know, wiser than the next. You definitely do come off as like a peer, like just trying to, like you said, like give some pointers, you know.
Yeah, right.
You know, just like, I don't know, I'm blanking out. Like just
It's the lights. It always
it's the
scares
light, it's the
everybody.
light. I'm a deer in headlights. No, but I love how you don't come off like pompous or like, you know, like I'm the know-it-all of everything, you know.
Right.
So it's very easy to listen to. And one episode where I definitely felt like you were speaking to everybody and not just artists, and you were speaking on a human level, was episode 3.
Which one
About
was that? challenges,
overcoming challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm
So-
sorry. Episode 4.
4, yeah.
Navigating challenges, and you touched on, you know, not, you know, spreading yourself too thin, taking care of your mental health. And you do
Making
mention,
sure you take care of wifey.
oh, there you go, pay the bills. Like you said, pay the bills.
Happy
take
wife,
care of
happy
home.
life.
Hey, look, I subscribe to happy spouse, happy house.
Oh, there we go. Happy spouse,
That's what I
happy
subscribe to, and it's only, and it's implicit.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's implicit when people say it, but at the same time, there are women. They be like, happy wife, happy life. Like, okay, but what happens if I'm not happy? You fine?
Ooh,
Exactly.
there we go.
You know, so
True.
it's
Yeah, it goes both
anyway.
ways.
That episode actually, it could have got a lot deeper. I just didn't want to open up so much on camera because, especially when we got to the mental health piece, the mental health section of that, which I do advocate for. I do think more artists and more people in general should seek mental help for their mental health, because especially after COVID, because COVID made us realize how glued we are to certain things in our life, especially when they got taken away from us. And then we dove so much more into our social medias and our virtual living that it let us know that there's some validations that we're seeking from this little tiny screen that we carry out in our pocket. And for me, I definitely dealt with a good stint of depression. And luckily, my artistry allowed for me to open up and deal with that. But that's my own little vices in order to deal with that. That's where I started writing. But I wanted to leverage it for other people to say, like, hey, you know, you can lean into your artistry, but you should also get some help, because just talking about it or just emoting connects you with other people and say, you know, I go through that too, but then how are we dealing with it?
True.
So actually going out to get some help and talking to a therapist. I talked to a therapist, not anymore, because I just kind of, I didn't feel like paying anymore, if I'm being honest with it.
I'm with that
Seriously.
too.
No, it
adds
costs
up.
a pretty penny, but and there are pay scales. If you don't make a whole lot of money, there are pay scales, but you know, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. But definitely getting help is one of the biggest things I really wanted people to take away from on that episode in particular. I'm glad you brought that up.
I appreciate your vulnerability. I feel like, I mean, I personally value when people are very vulnerable. Again, it's like a huge reflection on yourself and a reflection of, you know, other people, like, hey, I relate to that, and it makes you more personable. And maybe down the line, you'll be a little bit more comfortable opening up, like, deeper. But of course, keep things private and sacred, so you don't have to get that deep. But
there are certain things I'm keeping to myself, but I will say
keep
this
those
part.
boundaries.
Oh yeah, absolute boundaries.
Yeah,
I don't want everybody
yeah.
in my bedroom like that. But there is a project that I'm working on. I've talked to Herb about it actually years ago, but it's called Park Tabletops, and it's taken on some different shapes. But it actually is dealing with that stint when I was just writing for my own mental well-being. In fact, and again, another shameless plug, the song I did for Tiny Desk, the contest, is a song from that collection of songs that I wrote. So yeah, I think it's probably some of my best work, and I do enjoy that stuff a lot. Yeah.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah.
That reminds me of, like, I remember you and I having a very short conversation, and you mentioned that you listened to Curtis King's podcast.
Yeah.
And he
do.
did go through some mental health issues as well, because, and you touched on this before, he was working too hard.
Yeah.
He was
Burnout.
in his home studio day in and day out. He lost a lot of weight. He ate crap.
Right.
And it took his wife to actually pull him out of whatever headspace he was in, to eat healthier, take breaks, and all that stuff. And I think, like Curtis King and yourself talking about mental health, it's good because a lot of people can kind of be in denial, or can kind of feel a little shamed for, like, feeling the way they do, and they try to, like, mask it behind work.
Yeah, and I'm actually good for that. I'll mask myself in work all the time, and then if I'm giving myself, like, a moment of peace, I say peace, I'll say rest, because that's not peace. If I give myself a moment of rest and I start thinking about it, and then I get real low, so I'm like, no, I got to do something. Let me dive into something else, and then I won't think about it anymore. But again, that's not. You're creating out of that space, and a lot of beautiful art can come from that. But what reconciliation are we having in that? What are we really healing within ourselves, so that it doesn't hurt us anymore? We're always going to have that pain. We're always going to have those moments of lowness, but you don't have to stay there.
Right.
You know, and that's the biggest thing. I didn't watch that particular episode from Curtis King, and it's funny as you brought up Curtis King, because everybody says I look like him. I don't see it.
I don't.
No,
I
don't do
really,
it. Don't. No.
I don't know.
Thank you. I appreciate
don't
it. Y'all
think
know
so.
me way too long to make that
Right,
comparison.
no.
Right.
I
it's
think
just-
that's why. I think it's because I know you and I don't know him. That's why
Right,
I'm like,
there you
I don't
go.
see it.
I was at a show in Palm Springs not too long ago, and somebody was like, "Do you know Curtis King?" I said, "No, I don't know." Actually, matter of fact, I don't know him personally, but once we launched Artistry Ascending, he did start following our page.
Oh,
Yeah, it's actually kind of dope. So if he's
nice.
watching it right now, it's my light-skinned brother in arms.
Do you think? Oh, sorry. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say light-skinned brother in everyone else's eyes, but you guys are not related.
Right, exactly. In everybody else's eyes, we are not related. I promise you that.
Actually, I don't know if that was his podcast that he mentioned it, or if he made an Instagram reel. But it was something. He made some kind of content
Gotcha.
years ago about it. But yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think there's a connection? Because I feel like between the connection between creatives and just kind of getting in a low space sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because creatives allow themselves to feel as deep as they do, and then they do get in those low moments.
Is there a
Is a
connection there?
Yeah. Do you think?
Absolutely. I think once you are accepting of the fact that you're in a low space and vulnerable enough and open enough to talk about it, and you're talking with a like-minded person, then you can have a real conversation and a connection can be formed. Sometimes when you see a spark between two artists or a collective of artists, it doesn't always have to be said. But other times, communication does need to happen as far as like, have you ever felt like, yeah, I felt like this too. Oh, okay, well, what'd you do when, and then a real conversation can happen. But I think that can only happen when the two people are at some type of acceptance within themselves to be able to talk about it. Because if you're not acknowledging it, well, then it doesn't really exist. Because, you can bury it all you want, but if you don't actually acknowledge it, it's not for real, and then you're not really dealing with it.
I definitely relate to the overworking, and it wasn't until a burnout that I'm like, oh, I was masking my workaholicness, like in that. So I learned I had to take a step back.
I think to that point, though,
yeah.
burnout can only happen. It can only happen when you're doing it to cover something up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I can go on for a long time and not feel tired. I not actually, because you're doing something that you love. So it's hard to really burn out doing something that you love doing. But if you're using it like with any substance or with any intoxicant, if you're doing it to cover something up, like alcoholics, I'm an alcoholic myself. This is something I've dealt with, I've accepted within myself. That's why I don't drink now, and I don't smoke, and I'm also an addict, so I don't smoke weed. And so when you acknowledge it, then you can deal with it. So if you're not alcoholic, you can say, okay, I'm done drinking, because if I have one more, I'm not gonna have a good time. An alcoholic doesn't know that. In the same sense, when you're covering something up and you're using your outlet to cover it up, well, then now you're like an alcoholic. You don't know when to stop.
Wow.
And you're gonna burn out. So just like an alcoholic, you drink too much, you're just gonna pass out and not. What happened? You burnt out. You used your creativity like a drug.
Damn,
Wow.
that's deep.
That makes so much
It
sense.
makes a lot of sense.
I think I want to lighten the mood.
I know.
Let's pick it back up. Let's pick it up. I got my coffee here. It's my pickup juice.
Oh, there we go. But yeah, I mean, every single episode you've put out so far has been like such a joy and it's just so interesting to listen to. And one other episode that I love a lot is In the Shadows of Giants.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to give away too much, but I know
We can give it away. They still gotta watch it.
Oh,
You can't speak on all the gems. You know what I'm saying?
So you definitely talked about Will Smith and Jaden, and you talked about Solange and Beyonce.
Yep.
And on Instagram, you asked for people to chime in on who else
Yeah.
can you think of, and I thought of one.
Y'all was going in too.
I immediately thought of one. You go first.
Okay. Well, I didn't write this because I thought about this as I was binging. I'm like, Brandy and Ray J.
Oh,
good
why
one.
didn't we bring that up?
Brandy and Ray J. You know why we didn't bring it up? Because he has since carved a lane for himself. And
Right, that's a good one.
yeah,
That's a
because
good one.
so everybody called him Brandy's brother since before he even started singing himself.
Right.
And their sounds and their like type of R&B were so similar. So it's really hard. It was really hard in the beginning for Ray J to not be called Brandy's brother. But when he started diving into the reality TV show scene, I think that's when people started to really separate him from Brandy, because it's
Okay.
like Brandy is not a reality actress; she's a real actress. Ray
Right.
J is a comedian, and you know
You
he's
think
a
Ray J is
ham.
a comedian?
I think he's
Or
a ham.
or you just find him funny?
I never considered him.
they can be mutually exclusive. Yeah, you're right. I find him funny
Because-
he's a funny dude.
Because I don't think he's trying to be a comedian.
I don't think so either.
You know,
I
when
never
he's-
thought he was.
I never thought he was trying. I think you just might be laughing at him, and you've done it for so long, you think you're laughing with him.
Aaron's like, yeah, kind
Agreeing.
of a little bit. No, but like, I'll tell you why I think he's on purpose trying to be a comedian, because of verses, the Omarion and Mario verses. Remember
I
how
didn't
like
see that one.
Yeah,
So-
he had his kid on his arm.
yeah,
while he was
and he
singing.
was singing One Wish, and he was doing too much at the end, and I think he was doing that on purpose.
I don't. I'll be honest. I
I didn't
saw.
see it.
You didn't see it? Okay, so I'm gonna speak as the other person who saw it. I think he was really trying, and I just think he wasn't, because even I think I've seen Brandy either react or she was there and saw it and she was just. And you can always look at siblings and tell, like, ooh, they know something that we probably don't. I think he was really trying, and he just overdid it.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
And then he brought some backup to try to help him sing the song, and they weren't. I'm not gonna say they couldn't. I'm not gonna say any of those people on the stage couldn't sing. I just think something was amiss, and they just weren't on their game that day. But I think he was really trying.
Oh my!
Come, you at me, and we'll talk about it. But
Let's
I
talk
think
about it.
he was really trying.
But yeah, so that was the duo that I had in mind while I was binging your Artistry Ascending
Yeah.
series. I was like, Brandy and Ray J, that's a good one. Like, you know, so yeah.
You know what? Who popped up that we didn't actually put in there, but I think we should have, was Willow.
Willow
Yes.
and Jaden.
Yeah.
Or well, yeah, and obviously
Well, Jaden
Will.
only because, you know, he kind of popped out with it first, but Willow is having, excuse me, again, my hips. We've gone past 10 minutes.
Intermission.
We did.
But Willow has since had a surge. Like, she's been
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of banging these hits out. And
Oh,
I mean
yeah,
viral
definitely.
hits.
I just thought of one right now. Miley and Noah Cyrus.
Did
did someone say that already?
I'm talking about,
On the
I think
social
somebody
media?
mentioned it on the social
In the
media.
Oh,
comments,
okay.
Yeah.
I think all the Cyruses, I think you
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
It was Billy, then Miley, then Noah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I didn't even know she even had a sister,
Noah-
let alone a sister making
You know
music.
what? Noah's music's actually pretty. I like it. It's pretty good.
I haven't
Okay.
listened to it. Does it sound different from Miley's, or does
Definitely
it
a
sound the same?
different sound.
Ooh.
Like
One I'm gonna say is the Hudson Brothers. That's it's social media right there. But the Hudson Brothers, like, cause you know, Emmanuel blew up with his asking all them questions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then his
yes.
younger brother Philip he's good. Let me not take nothing away from him, but he hasn't had a viral moment like his brother did in music. He's had other kind of viral moments, just not in music.
Emmanuel is the one that was on Wild and Out, right?
Yes.
So I think that I think he kind of cheated, because I mean
Why?
he got famous from the TV show, and then he started.
Well, he got known, but he got famous from
got it,
asking
got
all
it.
them questions.
Okay,
Oh.
got it.
Look, if you haven't seen Asking All the Questions, I guarantee you
I gotta watch
it
it. I
will
gotta
pop
see it.
up. All you gotta do is search
gotta see it.
Asking All the Questions.
okay,
It'll pop
Nick
up.
Carter and Aaron Carter, the one that I mentioned
That's-
on the Instagram.
Okay, you mentioned that one. 'Cause
Yeah.
y'all be talking through the millennials. I don't know who I'm talking to, so I just make it general.
Okay, yeah. No, I mentioned that
We
one.
are the same
and
person.
Yes.
Growing up, definitely that came to mind really quick because I was like such a pop kid era.
Now,
that was kind of my thing.
Which one? Was it 98 Degrees that the old
Nick,
brother was on?
yeah, Nick
98 Degrees.
Lachey.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And what's the brother's name? I don't even remember.
Seth? I don't know.
I don't even know. Nobody knows anybody besides Nick Lachey,
Yeah,
and he
probably.
does
Right.
have a brother on
A
there.
very vanilla name, probably like
Don't do that.
like Dave.
Very vanilla name. Dave. I know Dave's. I got somebody on my team right
Sorry.
now. His name is David.
Aw.
Shout out to you, David.
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
glad you're on my team now.
That was a really good episode, though, Mark. I like that one. I started
Yeah.
thinking of everybody. Oh, like Jessica Simpson, Ashley Simpson.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was
that one
really
too.
struggling trying to
Oh,
come out of
that's
Jessica's.
true.
You
She
talking about
should-
not Jessica? You talking about
Ashley
Ashley?
Simpson, when she first came out, I remember like she
The-
had
the
her
lip
own
syncing, the
thing.
Milli Vanilli
yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
Did
no,
she?
yeah. I heard
Mhm.
about that. But she really was struggling to come out of her own thing, but she just wouldn't own like her own style, and then she switched it up trying to be like her sister. I
Right.
remember that point in time.
Sometimes you gotta like I said, you gotta break up out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And break out of what you know works for them and find out what works for you. And it's gonna take some falls and some trips
That's true.
Yeah.
on your face.
That's for sure.
That's gonna
Hard.
hurt.
So, like with Beyonce and Solange, it's funny because you did mention like some people are saying now that Beyonce is looking to Solange for some pointers.
That's how. Look, that was kind of my own little take on it. Be honest with you, because I saw the project she did with Disney, where it was like she came out with the video and the album at the same time. I think it was the King album, and I saw a lot of the imagery. I was like, wow, she got really black on this.
Oh,
Outside of Formation, like this was even more black. She went to Africa and did a lot of these shots.
that's
Wait,
right.
Solange?
No,
Beyonce.
Oh,
Oh.
Solange at this point had already picked up the Afrocentric
Right,
aesthetic.
yeah.
So as I looked at that, I'm like, okay, who's taking cues from who now? Now, obviously, Beyonce has the budget to do it 10 times over, just like she's on her country kick right now.
Right.
But again, she might be pulling from other pieces of inspiration. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. I'm just saying, Solange might have been the catalyst in that one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
What is your personal opinion on Texas Hold'em by Beyonce?
No, we can't hold them. That one?
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's cool. I'm not a huge fan of country, but getting away from what I think of the song, Beyonce's done country before though.
Oh, has she?
I
Yeah.
feel like she has. There's some songs she has, right? That's definitely country.
Song about her dad.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking
That's
about.
actually one of my favorite songs. It's from the Lemonade album.
I don't know what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
So
I
those
wish-
of you guys out there saying that Beyonce is trying to be something she's not, she's done country
And
before.
she's from
Okay,
Texas.
She is from
She
Texas,
is from
though.
Houston,
Yeah.
H-Town.
H-Town. Did you say H-Time?
H-Town.
You didn't just do that. H-Town. H-Town. Come on.
H-Town. Man, but that song grew on me, but Lord knows I cannot and will not attempt to learn that line dance. Everybody's coming out with the line dance for that song. It's so complicated.
Line
Is
dancing
it? I
actually
like line
isn't-
dancing.
I do too. It's
have
not
you,
that.
Have you seen it for Beyonce
I haven't seen
song?
it, though,
It's
yeah.
complicated.
So I went to school in the Midwest. I went to college in the Midwest. Shout out to Wilberforce University. It's a historically black college. I'm gonna say it's the first privately owned historically black college. A lot of my contemporaries will tell me, no, it's not. We'll have that
Where is
conversation
it?
later.
Where in the Midwest?
It's in Ohio.
Oh.
In a little town. It's actually in Wilberforce, but it's right outside of Xenia.
You know what? Speaking
be
of Outkast, Big Boy, and we were talking about the St. James episode. In the St. James episode, he listed his echelon of rappers. So let me ask you, who are your favorite rap groups?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Because we mentioned Outkast.
Yeah.
You could say that one.
So I gotta say this. He did not say Outkast. He said Andre 3, and that's fair because that's also one of my favorite rappers. But groups is a good one. So definitely Outkast, Little Brother,
Yes.
De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Leaders of the New School. Oh my goodness, it's the one where Pharoah Monch comes out of.
M.O.P.
No, Pharoah Monch came out of. I want to say Organized Confusion.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That's what I want. Yeah, Organized Confusion. And then this isn't an official group, but I'm gonna say it. The Native Tongues.
Oh, there you go. Hey,
I'm gonna say
everyone's
it.
in it.
Right. Field Mob.
Oh my gosh, Field Mob. Remember that song with Sierra?
Yeah.
So what? You talking
Throwback.
about this? You talking
And
about
Smoke
that?
Yeah.
killed it every single time for me. Like that was my favorite from Field Mob.
Oh my
Don't get
gosh.
twisted. Both of them can spit. Chevy P and Smoke, they could both spit. But Smoke just had that character in his voice that I couldn't deny.
Saying I'm this, saying I'm that, some of them
Exactly.
respect.
Exactly. Who's another group? I'm kind of drawing on blanks with groups. I'm gonna leave it there for now. If I think of another one, I just blurt it out. But I'm gonna leave it right there right now. But I think my top, I'm gonna say Outkast.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say Outkast and all the Dungeon Family alumni.
Goody Mob.
Goody Mob.
That's the only one I can name from the Dungeon family.
Well, Future comes out of Dungeon Family.
You know what? Darius told me that.
Yep. A lot
And
of
I was
people
like, no,
forget
you
that part.
lying.
A lot of people forget that part. So when they say like, "Oh, he don't really do lean," he don't. I mean, he did, but he don't. But he also knows how to write a song. Like this is a chosen character for him. At least anytime I see him. That don't mean I actually, listen to his music like that. But I understand it. Like, okay, I get it. Because one of the pillars from Dungeon Family was you had to be different than anybody, like extremely different.
Wow.
So when you have a CeeLo next to a Big Gip, like it's not outlandish because that's what they do. You had to be really
love
different.
that. Did you mention Wu-Tang?
I didn't, but I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna say why.
Please.
I was not a huge fan of Wu-Tang. I did not bump Wu-Tang like that. I bumped. This is a group I should have mentioned, Redman and Method Man.
Yes,
I did
yes,
bump
yes.
Redman and Method Man, and Method Man specifically. I did have some Raekwon stuff that I liked, some Ghostface that I liked. Now RZA Jizzle has some song, Liquid Swords. Come on, you can't put that one down. Bill for Cuban Links, but as a collective, I didn't quite get it like that initially. Now I listen to it, I can hear the genius and I can hear the appeal. But when I first heard them, it just didn't click for me. It
Got
did
it.
not click for me.
I mentioned them because you mentioned how all the Dungeon Family members all had their own distinct sound.
good one.
And I was like, Wu-Tang definitely is a
They
group
did.
that you had ODB. No one sounded like him.
No,
Method
and
Man.
still nobody sounds like ODB.
Yeah.
Even his son comes close.
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, nobody sounds like ODB.
Could that be a Shadow of Giants duo?
Ooh,
Is
I
he-
think that would be a great
Is
one.
Little Dirty actually trying to make a name for himself as an artist, or is he
Absolutely.
just touring? Oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely. But
wasn't sure.
this is working for him, though. Like, that's one thing a lot of us artists have to come to realize is, and I asked this on one of the episodes, is what classifies making it for you as an artist? If making it is making money, okay, well then do what makes money, and that's what's making money for him. Doing his father's thing. And I'm not mad at that at all because it's working. But if your goal is to make music and be an artist and carve your own lane, you got to ditch the old stuff, the stuff that you know works, and find what works for you. So yeah, but that's a good one. Lil Dirty and Old Dirty, that's perfect.
wow.
That's perfect.
I love how he just organically came to that.
I thought of another one right now too,
Yeah.
but I might get some heat for even mentioning because he's
Uh-oh.
under fire now. P Diddy and his son.
Oh,
I know, sorry.
he ain't he ain't under fire. He's going through it.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
under it would means he's a little protected. Like, okay, it hasn't dropped
I
down
don't
yet.
know.
No, he walking through them flames right now.
He's like,
Have you ever been swallowed?
but
My bad, I had to do it.
what's his son's name? King?
King Combs.
Yeah.
King
so
Combs.
is he kind of under his
That's
shadow?
a dope name, though.
King Combs.
King Combs.
Is that his birth name?
Probably.
I think so.
Knowing Diddy, he probably did name him King.
Right.
I think
Right.
the one song that I know for sure is a King Combs song, he was sampling a Diddy song.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
wow.
don't think he wants to find
His
his
own
uniqueness.
sound.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to dissociate from his dad. I mean,
I
he
kind of
looks
agree
just
though.
like him.
Yeah.
he does.
So he cannot
Didn't he
deny.
play him in the American in the Wu-Tang American Tale? Not American Tale. What was it called? Wu-Tang American Saga.
I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
he
I'm
played
not sure.
Diddy in the American Saga.
Oh.
I think. I don't. He was on there for like a hot second.
Oh. You know what? I don't remember, but
That'd be interesting. I mean, like,
I feel like I heard that.
if he wanted to be his own like separated artist, that's not how to do it.
Not at all.
Like, I'm gonna play
Not
my
at all.
dad. I'm gonna sound like my
Now,
dad.
I'ma
I'm
tell
gonna
you
sample
some-
my dad.
Here's somebody who broke out a father's shadow, stepped into it intentionally, and made it his own. O'Shea Jr.
Oh yes.
He saw and here's why I give him a whole lot of props, and I wish I would have brought this up on because he raps too. He actually auditioned for the role of his dad and went back several times to actually earn the position.
Wow.
And killed it. He acted. It's almost like Jamie Foxx and Ray. Like it was.
Ooh.
There was moments I forgot. Like, oh, is that really cute?
Oh.
Is that really cute in the movie? And then so he stepped into his father's shadow and claimed it as his own. That's the first. I should have brought that up on the show.
Oh my gosh. Use that footage. Are you recording or are you okay?
I don't know. Is it still recording over there? I hope it's recording.
Social media clip.
Take this and then put it on another
Right.
show. No, that's amazing. I didn't know that he was making music, but yeah, I mean, he nailed his role as his father, and I mean, like, he spent 20-something odd years studying the man
Well, here's the thing,
unknowingly.
though.
That's true.
Don't let that deter you, because some kids can't do it. Some kids
True.
cannot imitate their closest counterparts or even their parents. Just because you spend all your life next to them doesn't mean you can act just like them. I
That's
can act
true.
just like my dad, but not everybody can act like their parents.
That's a good point.
Especially when it comes to acting. You can imitate, but if you're acting and you have to actually convey an emotion on camera
That's true.
or on stage.
Gotcha. Well, you know what? During this conversation, I think it's safe to say that Mark W. has a very wide, extensive knowledge of music, hip hop, and pop culture.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But one thing I know you don't have a grasp on, really, is Filipino food.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, our
Y'all
favorite
had
part of the
something
show.
at the last taping, the
Lumpia.
lumpia.
Yeah, the little
Okay,
egg
because
rolls.
I was gonna call them taquitos, but I know that's not what it is.
They do
basically
look
what
like
it is.
taquitos, though.
Huh?
It is basically like a
I mean,
taquito.
when I saw them, I was like, yo, what are these? Because I knew it wasn't taquitos because they were a little too small. They were like the size of my pinky, but they were so tasty. I must have had like 20 of them, and I'm not exaggerating for those at home. I had so many of them.
Well, our favorite part of the show
I'm looking forward to it. Let's
is
go.
having you try. What did you bring, Linz?
Our Filipino snack of the day comes to us courtesy of Cafe 86 in Artesia specifically.
Cafe.
Thank you, Aaron.
86. Ooh.
We're going to partake.
The plating and presentation
Yes.
is so prestigious.
We're going to partake in two of the Philippines' most favorite desserts, but they're kind of remixed because this
Okay.
cafe kind of does some kind of innovative things with their desserts. So one of the Philippines' most famous desserts, it's okay, is ube. Have you ever heard of ube?
Ube.
Ube is purple yam.
Purple what?
Yam.
Purple yam, like
Now,
purple
I
sweet
don't know
potato.
if y'all follow Corrupt. Have y'all heard of this weed piece he has called Moon Rocks?
It looks like moon rocks.
It looks like Moon Rocks.
So this is an ube crinkle cookie. So it's a cookie with ube and powdered sugar on top.
Ooh, and powdered sugar. See, I've been
Yes.
chewing gum this whole time. Nobody told me to stop.
oh,
It's
sorry.
all good.
I didn't even
all
notice.
right.
We didn't hear you.
I know.
Okay, cool. As long as you didn't hear me smacking in the mic, we'll be good.
So go ahead
All
and
right,
grab
we're
a
gonna try one.
piece, and you can take this plate.
Take this one?
Yes,
Okay,
and
cool.
then me and Hazel are gonna try a little bit,
A little bit.
and we're gonna see what our thoughts are. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here. You said this is like a yam?
It's purple yam. It's like
Okay.
purple sweet potato.
Can I get to the yams? Purple yams. It's good. I ain't gonna front. This
It
tasty.
got him singing.
It's pretty mild in flavor, which is nice. It's very sweet because the sugar on
I
top.
was gonna say the sweet is hitting me right now. It's very moist too.
So you can you kind of taste the potatoiness of it?
I'll be honest, it tastes like I can't taste the potatoiness of it. It kind of tastes like a really sweet cookie dough. For me anyway, that's my wife hates asking me what something tastes like 'cause it's good. What flavors are you? I'm like, I'm sorry, babe. I can just tell you if I
yummy.
like it or not.
So I've heard some people that aren't Filipino describe the taste of ube as cookies and cream.
Okay,
So
that's
you
fair.
just say cookie dough.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All
it's
right.
kinda
All
like
right.
in
I'm not
that
off.
range.
I'm
You're
not
not. Yeah, cookie dough sounds pretty accurate. Like does taste like that.
Did
Kinda
you
like
have one
easier.
already, Hayes?
Yeah, I just
Oh,
ate it in one
jeez.
bite.
Just devoured that thing.
You were
She didn't look like you
mesmerized.
were
by the-
phasing it off. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was
good.
It was delectable.
I haven't had dinner yet. That's my dinner.
Oh, right.
You said this is your dinner?
Yeah,
No.
I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh wow.
Oh man,
I had a little something before I got on the road, but I also got on the road like 2 hours ago. So.
that's true. So we want to thank Mark on camera. So this is on record that we really appreciate the long
all
commute
good.
Seriously.
that you took to get here.
I gotta make this long commute for Artistry Ascending anyway. So this
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we gotta be here again next week. So we
Oh,
straight.
there it is. There it is. All right. This Christmas, I'm gonna get you a gas card.
Wait, all right, which one is this one?
So
Oh, you wanna give me a gas card? That's what's up.
I'm gonna get you a gas card for Christmas.
I appreciate it.
So another Filipino delicacy.
Ooh.
Now
okay,
this looks like Pop-Tarts that I
low key. I was gonna say like a strudel.
So this is basically a Pop-Tart, but what's on the inside is bananas and brown sugar and jackfruit. Jackfruit is a Filipino fruit.
jackfruit. I love jackfruit.
Oh,
My
boom,
wife is a
there you go.
vegan, so like.
Ah, there it is.
So we'll make jackfruit tacos like all the time. We just went to this spot called. I don't want to give like unsponsored shout outs, but we go to Gracias Madre out in Newport Beach, and it's a vegan Mexican restaurant.
Ooh,
I'm not vegan. I suggest it to anybody, so that's why I know what jackfruit is.
I
Side-
love vegan food though. I'm not vegan, but I
it's
love
good.
vegan food.
It's good.
Yeah.
Once you get over the thought of it's not meat and just eat it for
Eat it for
what
the
it
flavor,
is.
yeah.
Oh,
So good.
amazing.
So real quick side note, Hazel, myself, and Jess a few years back, we went to a show in Pomona that our homie DJ Nicky Boy was spinning at. And before that, we went to a Mexican vegan spot as well.
Was I vegan at that time?
I think you're definitely
Wait, you
there
go
was
through
a
your
phase.
moments? You go through your moments?
Yeah,
Okay,
I had
bet.
like a vegetarian
pescatarian
phase.
So
I
I
had
had
definitely had. Ooh, I'm off mic. I definitely had a pescatarian phase where all I did was eat fish. That was not. Yeah, no.
You didn't like it.
it's like there's only so many ways you can cook a fish.
Yeah, there's only so many.
But yeah, I remember having like an asada burrito, and it was so good.
Yep.
It was so good and tender. Like I didn't know what it was made of, but I finished
forgot
it.
about that place. That was bomb.
It was good. So all right, so this is the Turon Pop Tart, and Turon is basically like a
Turon.
lumpia,
Okay.
but with banana, brown sugar, and jackfruit.
So these are meant to be sweets, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Go ahead and grab a piece.
Oh man, we gotta bring Mark some turon though.
Oh yeah, some.
Wait,
some
say that one more
actual-
time. You saying new words for me?
Turon. Or it's the same
Turon?
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically
gotcha.
the banana lumpia.
Okay, got you.
Turon. Yeah.
it a whirl.
That we definitely gotta try. Have you try that next time.
Okay.
So this is just kind of like a spin off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Pop Tart
Okay.
version.
Okay.
I like.
I can rock with this one. See, I love bananas, so I could
Ooh,
definitely rock with this.
This is. I would put this better than the cookie, than the ube cookie.
Actually, now I wouldn't say it's better than cookie. For me, I wouldn't say it's better than cookie. I wouldn't say it's worse though.
They're just
It's-
different.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
different. This one is like a Pop Tart, like not even Pop Tart. I would say like a toaster strudel.
Yeah, I would compare it more to like a strudel too.
It's very much a pie crust.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
this is good. Have you ever had jackfruit sweet?
This is the
Oh,
first
there
time.
you go.
Yeah, this is the first time. That's when you said jackfruit. I'm normally thinking tacos, meat
Al
substitutes.
pastor, yeah.
I
But
like
now
how
it's sweet. It's good.
in the middle, like the jackfruit like hits you. Like it's not overwhelming, and then when you take that bite, you're like, oh, there it is. It's like
Yeah.
I haven't had sweets in a long time. Now I'm like, ooh.
Oh.
What's
Uh-oh.
No, not in a long time. I mean, like I don't have a sweet tooth.
Oh, really?
But when I want something sweet, I have to have something like right then. So this might be a good little.
There you go.
These
So
would be good little substitutes. Now, where can we find these things again?
yes, not sponsored. Cafe 86. They have several different locations. So look
Cafe
them up.
86.
Yep.
Okay.
Cafe 86. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate these desserts?
Ooh. I would have. Okay, this one was called what again?
It's the ube crinkle cookie.
Ube crinkle cookie. I'm gonna give this one a 9.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it a 9, only because and it would be higher, but it's like there's only one note. You know, there's
Yeah.
only one.
Got it.
One note. I'll give this one like a 8.7
Ooh,
because there were
close.
several notes and there were several flavors I could pick up on, but I do enjoy like simple brownie taste. Like my wife teases me about this all the time. My favorite ice cream. Nobody would ever guess it.
Ooh.
See, you're thinking too hard.
brownie,
My favorite ice cream.
cookie dough,
Yeah, nope. That's too
cookies and
complex.
cream,
Your favorite ice cream is
vanilla.
Boom. There it is. Not vanilla bean, not vanilla. It's just
not
vanilla.
French vanilla.
I'll do French vanilla if I go to Cold Stones.
Oh, cold
Ooh,
stone.
You know what I'm saying? But no, it's very like so. This one only goes higher because it's like if I just want
Simple.
something sweet and simple, I'm going with it. This one gives me several notes, so I rank it lower because of my taste. But for those who actually like really mess with layered flavors, that's the one you want to go with.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love that. And your wife said that you can't describe food. Come on.
I know.
Oh no!
That was
no,
perfect.
I look, she'll tell me like, "Do you taste the?" And she'll name off the seasonings. I'm like, "Baby, you know
The
I
nutmeg.
don't." I'm dead. Oh my god! She will go down to her ingredients. I'm like, "Babe, it just tastes good." I don't know what to tell you. My wife's an amazing cook, by the way. She's like, great. Like anytime she cooks something for me, I'm ready to taste it. So we good.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow.
What did you rate it, Linz?
Ooh, the ube cookie, I would give it a cool 8. And then the Turon Pop Tart, I'll give it a 9.
Oh wow.
I feel like I would have that for breakfast with like tea or coffee.
This would be a good breakfast one. You're right.
Yeah, because you mentioned strudel. I'm like, ooh, breakfast. What about you, Hayes?
I'm like Mark. I don't really have a huge sweet tooth, so I don't even feel like I would rate them extremely high.
Oh, okay.
I would, for me, I don't know. I kind of like am between for both of them between like a 7 and 8.
Okay.
Just because
Oh, that's
I'm not
fair.
really big on sweet and I can't be having too much sweets like that.
Oh.
Being diabetic, but here and there I can have my little, snacks.
A little
but
taste.
Yeah, it's
Just a little
bit.
taste, baby. You know, but just get a little sample. Just a little
That's why I have to
sample.
cut them in quarters. That's it.
Exactly.
But yeah, we have extra if you want to. Oh shit, I don't know what's in it. There's probably milk in it. I was gonna say bring one home to your wife, but
Yeah,
there's
nah,
probably
if there's milk
in
in it, I can't
Yeah.
do it.
I'm more of an ice cream and
Although-
churros person.
Ooh,
You said ice cream and churros?
Not together necessarily.
Oh,
but
that sounds
yeah.
great together.
Together
though.
is
I ain't gonna lie.
That's the way to go.
Why did
Those
we
are
both-
my
wait,
favorites.
Not that we both had a little fat ass moment where you were like, ice cream and Cheerio.
The way your eyes lit up, both of you.
Like, oh,
What'd you say?
I don't have a sweet tooth, but if you say the right things,
I'm the
like I got
same.
this ice cream Snicker bar, like I'm gonna go, ooh,
Oh yeah, I'm the
I
same.
need 2 of those right now.
I am a vanilla ice cream over chocolate though for sure,
Absolutely.
or strawberry.
I
but
feel that.
maybe vanilla.
that.
Strawberries. I got into strawberry. It's one of my favorite fruits, but I can't do the ice cream for too much. Again, too complex. Give me simple sweets. I'm
But
good.
butter pecan's actually my favorite ice cream flavor.
Say word.
Yeah.
It used to be my favorite.
That's
for a second.
really is really
Used to.
sweet.
Oh,
to
we have
me.
the same like taste buds.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, Linz?
I like chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
It's
Can't
not,
go wrong.
It's not really. Yeah, it's not as complex either.
It's not complex.
It's
no.
kind of specific. I like the chocolate chip ice cream that has like the shaved chocolate and not the chocolate like pieces because that's way too
Oh,
chunky.
that's deep.
Yeah, I
That's-
like
that's
it
real
shaved and
specific.
melt in your mouth. So Baskin Robbins has the best chocolate chip ice cream.
Thrifty's has the best butter pecan.
Oh,
Thrifty.
Thrifty.
Look, that's
Yeah.
a throwback there. Is there
Got
wait,
some in
hold
my
on.
freezer.
I'm going to ask this, and I hope I don't seem ignorant because I've been in Orange County for too long. Is Thrifty still in existence?
It is.
Okay, cool.
I have
That's
some
what's
in my
up.
freezer.
Inside Rite Aid,
Right.
Okay, all right, there it
they
is.
serve you
Right now.
scoops.
Because didn't it used to be Rite Aid?
Yeah.
Thrifties used to.
It used to be
Save-On. called
Thrifties.
Thrifties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still call them forever calling it Thrifties, but it's at Rite Aid for
Right,
sure.
like Save-On's is like y'all calling it what's it called? Y'all calling it
CVS.
CVS. No, it's
Oh,
Save-On.
that's right.
It's Save-On.
I forgot about Save-On.
I did not.
There's
No.
one Albertsons, like you know how some like Albertsons, Ralph's, whatever, they
Right.
have their own pharmacies inside, and
Yep.
sometimes it's like CVS and blah blah blah. I think I saw an Albertsons that said Save-On the side. I'm like, what?
Say word.
Yeah. I'm like,
Oh,
wait
so
a
they
minute,
died
no way.
completely, like Radio Shack. It's still around somewhere.
Are they?
No, they're not around. Trust me. So one of my main job to make money is an audio engineer, so / producer, and production manager. And Radio Shack would be the place where I would go to get those quick fixes. They are not in existence anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
I think even the website is down now because for a second it was just an online thing. That's
That's
gone.
kind of sad.
Damn.
No. Here's the sad part. Fry's is gone.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Ugh.
All of them, right?
Yes,
Damn.
all of them.
That's
They used to be
sad.
so cool on the inside.
I would just go in there just to look.
The one near me had like a jungle theme.
Wait, which one was you near?
Manhattan Beach.
Yes. Okay, cool. I was like, wait. That was my one. That was my one I used to go to.
And I
You
think-
walk through and there's a lush forest and bamboo.
Yes,
Like, oh, this is dope.
I even think they played bird sounds. Like,
Yes,
I
they
think.
did. As
That's
you walked
hilarious.
in, they knew
They
me
sell
by name.
animals?
Like, hey, we got some new radio plates in. Be over there in a second.
Oh my gosh! And I think someone told me that there was a fries that kind of had like an Egyptian theme, so it was all
I
like
think that
different.
was the one in Orange County. I think.
Oh, okay.
I
Yep.
think.
Damn. R.I.P. Fries, Radio Shack, Circuit City. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I used to love. I would when I was into electronics as a kid. My parents went to Circuit City just to give me like the little stuff. But I upgraded from the dollar store to Circuit City, and that was
Wow,
awesome.
Dollar Store to Circuit City. That's a big jump.
Big jump.
It was, but then they realized like I am not a cheap kid.
Oh man. It bit you, like the bug
Oh,
bit
it
you,
bit
the
me.
electronics
bit
bug
me
bit
heavy,
you.
heavy.
Oh man.
Well, did you enjoy those snacks that
I
Linz
did.
brought?
They were good. It ailed me of my sweet tooth. This is,
There you go.
We
It's-
definitely gotta bring
are we
you
sharing
back.
this?
You can kill it.
Oh,
yeah,
I'ma
you
kill
can
it. Go
definitely
ahead.
eat it. Yeah, yes.
So
There
you
is
gonna bring it
actually
back?
more.
There's a
Yeah,
little more,
we'll
yeah.
definitely have you back and bring other kinds of food to try.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
let's
there's
do it.
so
I'm
many
with it.
other things.
And
that-
you know what? We gotta have you on Artistry Ascending. We gotta
Would
have you guys on Artistry
love
Ascending.
that. And we can talk about all of our different artists and why we like them so much.
You know what? I think a crossover show would be rather dope.
that would be pretty
Rather
fun.
dope. Yeah.
We're only going to talk about millennial artists.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Or
okay.
Filipino artists.
Well, see, we
Well,
have
mine
to,
would be a lot of pop stuff because I
so
told
we
you I was
would
a
have
pop
to
kid.
talk about either the challenges. We have to relate it back to artistry some kind of way. So I think it'd be
definitely.
like, how does it stack up in comparison to today's artists. See, we're brainstorming on air right
Ooh,
now.
let's
It would it would be like, how is it stacked up with today's
sounds
artists, or like where did this generation capitalize on what millennials might have missed?
Ooh.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, Hazel and I had an almost episode on
Definitely.
today's artists sampling millennial
Yeah,
early
okay.
2000s music.
I
And
think
now
that's
actually
it.
recognizing those samples, because when I was a kid, I didn't recognize samples. Now I'm like, oh, I recognize a lot of them.
Like, that's
Now we
Mariah
know how our
Carey.
parents
That's
felt.
Exactly.
It's like,
Trash.
oh, that ain't nothing but, no, it's not. This is completely original.
like, is that Chic? Is
Oh,
that
my God.
Is that Earth, Wind and Fire? I hear.
What's
Is that
crazy
Luther?
is my dad used to always sing like the G-Funk stuff. He's like, son, this is my era. I'm like, what?
You know that's George
next
Clinton.
next episode is not your era. It's like, yes, it is. I'm like, and now I understand what he was saying. It's
Yeah.
still not his era, but the music they were sampling, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's just one of those things.
But yeah, I would definitely talk, like I said, talk about the pop era, because that was like my thing growing up, like the Britney
I can go with
Spears,
you
the
on the pop.
BSB, the Christina Aguilera, like stuff like that. But just that connection, like what you were saying about, I don't know, I'm rambling, you guys. I'm like, I don't know where this is going.
We're all waiting.
There's something important that I'm going to say right now.
What are we saying?
I think I'm just rambling.
We can always cut it
But yeah, okay. So, anyways,
Okay.
I can't wait for that show to happen.
Oh, I think it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, we
I
can.
think we should make it happen.
I feel like brainstorming some more, but yeah, we'll talk.
That's all
We'll
good.
talk off
line it
air.
up. We'll line it up.
Awesome.
Someone hit Darius up.
Yes.
It's been such a pleasure, Mark. For
Oh, man, I
having me.
appreciate y'all
I know
having me
we're
on.
we're probably over time, but it's okay because
Oh,
we
probably a
love having you
50
on
minutes.
the show.
Hey, I like being here. It was actually fun. So I always like to sit in the background, just kind of watch, and then add my 2 cents. Like when you guys did the live taping.
Oh, that was so fun.
Oh, that was fun. I was quiet, and then I was like, nah, I gotta chime in now.
Yeah. Oh no, we appreciated
I had
that
to
so
be
Yeah.
much.
live.
And we saw you too in the footage, like giving your answers and all
Yeah.
that. And that encouraged other people to participate. And we were like, oh, this is exactly what we wanted. That's awesome.
Hope your legs are doing okay.
I know. How are
you
they
know,
now?
I'm
He's
probably-
radio.
I stopped feeling them, so I'm
Oh,
pretty sure I'm all
no.
right.
Okay, let's wrap it
And I'm
up.
pretty sure when I get up, everything's gonna crack. But it's cool. Like I
It's
said,
gonna
it's
sound like
worth
popcorn.
it. You know, just
Oh my.
don't get old, ladies and gentlemen, and don't
Well-
play sports until you break everything.
Oh my gosh. Word to the wise.
Word to the right. I always got to give advice to my artists. Lubricate well. That's all.
Well, everybody tune in to Artistry Ascending.
Yes.
It drops every
Thursday.
Every Thursday.
And we're gonna get on. If it does not drop on Thursday, hit me up and I'll make sure I hit up the Don, Irv, and we're gonna make sure that goes up.
Yes.
Give everyone your socials.
Oh yes, follow me, Artistry Ascending, at Artistry Ascending. If you need help spelling it, hit me in the DMs. I'll spell it for you. The Most Meticulous, that's the subsidiary of Artistry Ascending, more tailored toward hip hop, and then my personal page for all my music and my different creative endeavors, Mark W Live. You can stream my music too on all streaming platforms.
There you go.
Yeah.
Find them on Spotify.
Just
Bye.
Google,
Bye.
Google Mark W.
No, if you, I had to do this because I did it myself. If you Google me, Google the meticulously
There you
multi-talented
go.
Mark W. I know it seems like a mouthful, but if you do that, I promise you I'll come up.
There you
I
go.
tried Google. I tried searching you on Spotify, just Mark W.
Yeah, it
and
doesn't come up.
Mark Wahlberg pops up. Marky Mark.
On Spotify?
Thank you for
ooh,
saying it
this
publicly
is wrong.
because that is not it every time without fail. And here's what's crazy. As a kid, this might be cutting out some. It's millennial talk here, but it's gonna cut out some younger listeners. When I was younger, everybody used to call me Marky Mark.
Oh.
I hated it.
How fun.
Hated it. And the Funky Bunch. Like, yes.
The whole
There's a
group.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Like, yeah. And it just
You're like, no.
full circle. Now when you type in Mark W, Mark Wahlberg comes up again. Damn you, Mark Wahlberg.
The curse of
Damn you.
Mark Wahlberg. Oh my God.
Jesus.
I love that. That's hilarious. Well, before you know it, you're going to be bigger than Mark Wahlberg.
Hey,
How
that's what I'm
about that? And then they'll be Googling you.
That's all I really
instead.
wanted was just to be bigger than Mark Wahlberg. Man. That's all I- Why is he always exasperated in every role he plays?
Ted.
All right, we got to wrap up the show because I got to go pee.
Aaron's ready to go home. Aaron's ready to go home. Let's make it happen.
We are good.
Make sure you guys follow us on @the.millennials on all our social media and check out us on all major platforms: Spotify, Apple
Music,
and
YouTube, baby.
Yeah, there you go. And don't forget
tracklife.com.
That's
Track
right.
Life. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.